Nice one. Hello, everybody. How's it going? You all right? Yeah? Wicked. Okay, so I got to tell you a couple of things. First thing is, last night we had a gig in Reykjavik. We flew back this morning. We got back, but our equipment is stuck in an airport somewhere, right? So we don't have any instruments. We can't really play that kind of gig. But what we do have is me. And I made it back. So that was the easiest round of applause I ever got. I just told you I lost loads of shit, and you clapped. All right, cool. Basically, what I want to do then, I'm just going to tell you the story, a cappella, straight up. I'm just going to tell you the fucking poem, all right? And I hope that you feel it. It's something that's not really happened before, so it's an exclusive, a Zurich special. Yeah, straight up. Something else to tell you as well is that we had this plan, we had this like big dream that we wanted to do a couple of limited edition vinyl runs of the album. One called Let Them Beat Chaos with the instrumentals, one called Let Them Speak Chaos with the a cappella versions. But I wanted to record it in front of an audience. I wanted to do it like this, but we couldn't find the time. So the universe intervened and told me that Zurich is the place to record your live limited edition album. So not only are you in for something special tonight, but you're going to be part of an album with me, if you would like. So, yeah? Cool, all right. You're going to do, you know what I mean? All right. Okay, so once I start, I'm going to be going for like 45 minutes or something. So if you want to just grab a couple of drinks now, you can do that. Like, so I'm serious. Or if you just want to go, we can just go. Tell me what you want. Cool. Picture a vacuum. An endless and unmoving blackness. Peace, or the absence at least of terror. Now see, in amongst all that space, the speck of light in the furthest corner. Gold as a pharaoh's coffin. Now follow that light with your tired eyes. It's been a long day, I know, but look. Watch as it flickers and then roars into fullness and fills the whole frame, blazing a fire you can't bear the majesty of. Here is our sun, and see how the planets are dangled around it and held in that intricate dance. There is our earth, our earth. Its blueness soothes the sharp burn in your eyes. Its contours remind you of love, that soft roundness, the comfort of ocean and landmass. Picture the world. Older than she ever thought she would get, she watches herself as she spins, arms loaded with the trophies of her most successful child. The pylons and mines, the power plants shimmer in her still, cool breath. Now, is that a smile that plays across her lips, or is it the tremor of dread? Is it the sadness of mothers as they watch the fates of their children unfold? In now, in. Kaleidoscopic vision. The colours like drugs in your belly churning. Your skin pulled loose as a pop's, shaken, then tightened, and everything's flashing, and the waves are magnified as they roll up towards you, and you're tiny as sand, just a speck. And as you approach the surface, all of that peace that you felt is replaced with this furious, never-known passion you're feeling. The people, their faces are bright in your blood. You are feeling you want to be close to them, closer, because these are your species, your kindred. Where have you landed? Uncurl yourself. Stand up and look at your limbs, all intact, clothed in the fashion. This is a city. Let's call her London. And these are the only times you have known. Is this what it's come to, you think? What am I to make of all this. Well, at any given moment in the middle of a city, there's a million epiphanies occurring. In the blurring of the world beyond the curtain and the world within the person, there's a quivering. The litter in the alleyway is singing. See, people meet by chance, fall in love, drift apart again. Underage drinkers walk the park and watch the dark descend. The workers watch the clocks and they fiddle with their Parker pens, while the grandmothers haggle with the market men here, where the kids play and laugh until they fall apart. It's kiss, chase and dancing till it's mistakes and darkened rooms. Too fast, too soon, too slow, too long. Man, we move around all day, but we can't move on. Now, is anybody else awake? Will it ever be day again? Is anybody else awake? Will it ever be day again? Overflowing plant pots, fence posts, decorated door numbers, motorbike beneath a tarp, beaten up punto. There's goalposts painted on them green garage doors. There's a rainbow on that wheelie bin, there's stickers in that window. Smart flats, rough flats, can't get enough cat flats, 17 cat flaps. Rich flats, broke flats, new flats, old flats, luxury bespoke flats, and man, this has got to be a joke flats. Pensioners, toddlers, immigrants and Englishmen, families with 6 kids, single businesswomen. Listen, everybody's here trying to make or scrape their living. A fox freezes on the alley wall and stands still, sniffing. Bare branches sway in the front gardens, and the lion-mouthed door knocker flaps in the breeze. Street lights glint on the beware of the dog sign, and the beer cans and the crisp packets dance with the dead leaves. It's 4:18 a.m. And at this very moment, on this very street, 7 different people in 7 different flats are wide awake. They can't sleep. Now, for all these people in all these houses, only these 7 are awake. And they shiver in the middle of the night, counting their sheepish mistakes. Is anybody else awake? Will it ever be day again? Is anybody else awake? And will it ever be day again? So we start on the corner, with our backs to the wall, next to the old phone box where the tramp leaves his bedding. The road runs ahead of you, houses and flats either side. Go ahead, walk down it. Go past the yard with the caravans there behind the hedges. Now look, here, in the house opposite, black gatepost with a concrete frog squatting on top of it. Through the hallway, ancient wallpaper, nicotine gold. Up the stairs, rickety, loaded with history. Here in the top flat, flowers in the windowsill, little breeze fluttering the petals as they stare out at the city streets. Gemma is awake. What woke her? Open eyes. Street lights float slowly through broken blinds. She watches the shadows play across her tattered carpet, and she holds herself tight in the room's half darkness. It's cold. She wedges her hands underneath her armpits. It's 4:18, and Gemma's thinking. Before I was an adult, I was a little wreck, peddling whatever I could get my grubby mitts on. Ketamine for breakfast, bad girls for drinking with. I gave them puppy dog eyes for the acid on their fingertips. Heads in the base bin, lips without faces getting feisty. Half-baked in the bakery eating pastries. Desperate for a body who could save me, but I never really wanted what they gave me. Always wanted something else, sweating in the dole queue, spitting like a villain in a pantomime, old shoes, bad teeth, drinking in the rain with my ghosts. Sitting in the back of the class, comatose. Villains on my back in the dark hold me close, but you never held. I did some things I swore I'd never tell. That night you tried to kill me. Run me down with your car in the snow. I didn't realize how far you would go. Every day I've lived lives in the day I wake up in. My dreams are all screaming and fucked, but I'm fine now. Something remains, is still pulling me. Yes, my future is bright, but my past trying to ruin me. Tried to change it, but I know if you're good to me, I will let you go. I tried to fight it, but I'm sure if you're bad to me, I will like you more. Tried to change it, but I know if you're good to me, I will let you go. I tried to fight it, but I'm sure if you're bad to me, I will like you more. I saw some things when I was young that made me who I would become. I feel them with me every day, because if you try and run away, run beside you pace for pace, trip you up and drag your face. through the mud of every wasted chance and every bitter taste. Heart is sprayed up with the names of all my friends who lost their way. It doesn't change, it all remains. It takes my strength and gives me shame. All I want is someone great to make me everything I ain't. But the only ones for me are the ones that shouldn't be. Even though I'm doing good, I'm working hard, my work is strong. Might be fun just for a while to go back where my hurt is from. Rinse myself to emptiness and push my body close to anybody who can recognize the presence of my ghosts. I tried to change it, but I know if you're good to me, I will let you go. I tried to fight it, but I'm sure if you're bad to me, I will like you more. I tried to change it, but I know if you're good to me, I'm going to let you go. And I've tried to fight it, but I'm sure if you're bad to me, I'll end up liking you more. Now, across the street, by the garages, where the people dump their mattresses, Esther's in her kitchen, making sandwiches. The slats on her blinds are all wonky and skewed. You can see the top of her head from the street before she moves out of view to kick her boots off tired feet. She wipes her forehead with her wrist. She's just back from a double shift. Esther's a carer, doing nights. Behind her on the kitchen wall is a black and white image of swallows in flight. Her eyes are sore, her muscles ache. She cracks a beer and swigs it. She holds it to her thirsty lips and necks it till it's finished. Yes, it's 4:18 a.m. again. Her brain is full from all she's done that day. She knows that she won't sleep a wink before the sun is on its way. Esther is worried about the world tonight. She's worried all the time. She don't know how she's supposed to put it from her mind. Europe is lost. America lost. London lost. Still we are clamouring victory. All that is meaningless rules, and we have learned nothing from history. The people are dead in their lifetimes, dazed in the shine of the streets. Oh, but look how the traffic's still moving. System's too slick to stop working. Business is good, and there's bands every night in the pubs, and it's 2-for-1 drinks in the clubs. Yeah, we scrubbed up well, washed off the work and the stress. Now all we want, some excess. Better yet, a night to remember that we'll soon forget. All of the blood that was bled for these cities to grow. All of the bodies that fell, the roots that were dug from this earth so these games could be played. I see it tonight in the stains on my hands. These buildings are screaming. I can't ask for help though, nobody knows me. Hostile, worried, lonely, we move in our packs, and these are the rights we were born to. Working and working so we can be all that we want, and then dancing the drudgery off, or even the drugs have got boring. But sex is still good when you get it. To sleep, to dream, to keep the dream in reach, to eat your dream. Now don't weep, don't scream, just keep it in, keep sleeping in. But what am I gonna do to wake up? I feel the cost of it, pushing my body. Like I push my hands into pockets and softly I walk and I see it. This is all we deserve. The wrongs of our past have resurfaced despite all we did to vanquish the traces. Man, my very language is tainted with all that we stole to replace it with this. I am quiet, feeling the onset of riot. Riots are tiny, systems are huge. Traffic keeps moving, proving there's nothing to do, because it's big business, baby, and its smile is hideous. Top-down violence, structural viciousness. Your kids are dosed up on prescriptions and sedatives, but don't worry about that, mate. Worry about the terrorists. The water level's rising, the animals, the elephants, the polar bears are dying. Stop crying, start buying. But what about an oil spill? Shh, no one likes a party pooping spoil sport. Massacres, new shoes. Ghettoized children murdered in broad daylight by those employed to protect them. Live porn streamed to your preteen's bedroom. Glass ceiling, no headroom. Half a generation live beneath the breadline. Oh, but it's happy hour on the high street. Friday night at last, lads, my treat. All went fine till that kid got glassed in the last bar. Place went nuts, you can ask our Lou, it was a madness. The road ran red, pure claret. Oh, and about them immigrants, I can't stand them. I mean, mostly I mind my own business. They're only coming over here to get rich, it's a sickness. England, patriotism. And you wonder why kids want to die for religion. It goes work all your life for a pittance. Maybe you'll make it to manager. Pray for a raise, cross the bay's days off on your beach babe calendar. The anarchists are desperate for something to smash. Scandalous pictures of fashionable rappers in glamorous magazines. Who's dating who? Political cash in an envelope. Caught sniffing lines of a prostitute's prosthetic tits. It was back to the House of Lords with slap wrists. They abduct kids, man. They fuck the heads of dead pigs. But him in a hoodie with a couple of spliffs, jail him, he's the criminal. It's the bored of it all generation, the product of product placement and manipulation. Shoot 'em up, brutal, duty of care. Come on, new shoes, beautiful hair. Bullshit, saccharine ballads and selfies and selfies and selfies. Here's me outside the palace of me. Construct of self and psychosis, and meanwhile the people were dead in their droves and nobody noticed. No, wait, somebody noticed. I could tell by the fucking emoji he posted. Sleep like a gloved hand covers our eyes. The lights are so nice and bright, so let's dream. But some of us are stuck like stones in a slow stream. What am I gonna do to wake up? What am I gonna do to wake up? We are lost, 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 lost, we are lost, we are lost, I'll be lost, I'll be lost, we are lost, lost, we are lost, we are lost, we are lost, we are lost, and still nothing will stop. Nothing pauses. We have ambitions and friendships and courtships to think of, divorces to drink off, the thought of, the money, the oil. The planet is shaking and spoiled. Your life is a plaything, a garment to soil, the toil, the toil. I can't see an ending at all, only the end. Tell me, how is this something to cherish when the tribesmen are dead in their deserts? To make room for alien structures, develop, kill what you find if it threatens you. No trace of love in the hunt for the bigger buck. Here in a land where nobody gives a fuck. What am I gonna do to wake up? What am I gonna do to wake up? What am I gonna do to wake up? Across the green, in the flat with the colourful curtains, Alicia's wrapped in her blankets, head leant back on the wall, shaking and nervous, gripping her knees. She is looking for purpose. Alicia keeps a brave face on all day long, but right now, the brave face has gone. Something in the changing season prickled in her skin all day, sucked her back through time and left her feeling far away. He was in her dream. She hasn't dreamt of him for months. She's so tired when she sleeps, she doesn't really dream at all. But there he was, holding his belly. He had blood on his shirt. She heard him scream her name, and then she saw him fall. Alicia wipes her face and whispers to herself, was just a dream. She sniffs and nods and dries her eyes. She checks the time. It's 4:18. It's a strange thing. Your face seems to fade with the changing seasons, then for some reason it comes back more present than ever. Well, not your face really, more a sense of you. Even though I know it's happened, it's no more comprehensible than if it was an abstract thing, someone else's friend. Are you asking me for something? Is there something I should do? This is hard on your mother. She lost your little brother too, but your sister's doing good, man. She's smart like you. She'll finish her degree next year. Try and find a job, I suppose. She's got her head screwed on right. You don't have to worry. But is there something else, though? Because if there is, I'm sorry. I can't really think what you might want from me. I heard your voice so loud it woke me up. I don't believe in ghosts. Well, work's fine, life's good, Ty's nearly 4 now, smart enough to walk round and hear what I don't say. The night it happened is vivid in my brain, it won't fade. Life is long still, some things won't change. Nice to fall in love again, but that ain't gonna happen soon. Trying to get some money saved, fix up the living room, I nearly got in trouble. I got angry with my manager. There's this young girl who works with us, he tried to put his hands on her. It's such a waste. So many idiots alive and kicking, why'd it have to be the only sane man in town? I'm probably only saying that because you're not around, but I'm keeping my chin up, though I don't let it get me down. I heard your voice so loud, it woke me up. I don't believe in ghosts. You're with me all the time. I think I know you better than I did when we were hanging out together. What's it like where you've gone? No, I can feel it. It's okay. I know you can't say. But you've been with me all day. I have to tell you, when it happened, I couldn't cry for ages. And when it hit me, I fucking screamed like a lion in a cage. Look, man, I fasted. I didn't eat a thing for like a week, and I just walked across the heath in the rain, spitting bars to the grass, listening to the cars skidding past. I thought life would get more real or something more fast, but it didn't. When I look at your son, though, life's hidden meanings come to the front of my vision. And it's weird. The way I see it right now is so strong. I'd never be the person I've become if you had never gone. Everything's connected, right? Everything's connected. And even if I can't read it right, everything's a message. We die so that others can be born. We age so that others can be young. The point of life is live, love if you can, and then pass it on, right? We die so that others can be born, and we age so that others can be young. The point of life is live, love if you can, then pass it on. But who's this? Staggering home, jabbering, looking like some street smart, arrogant gnome. Feet sticking to the curbs like javelins thrown, gesturing wildly, having full-blown conversations with himself, saying, haven't you grown? To his face in the windows, grimacing, grappling with half a cigarette, not managing. This is Pete. Pete grew up on this street. He moved away. He's back living at his dad's so he can save. Now, Pete rigs stages at live events. But every time he gets paid, he gets wasted and wakes up with less than he made, and he hates it. But that's life, right? Fast-paced, shit-faced, low maintenance. And all of his mates are kind of on the same page. You know, basic wages. Takes fucking ages to get through the month. But then payday comes and it's drinks all round. Outrageous behaviour. Living right now, no sense of later. Pills by the pocketful, nights last days. And even if he never splashed out, he still couldn't make the rent on his own place. Face it. But now it's 4:18. And Pete's 14 doors from home. And his thoughts are like a pack of starving dogs fighting over the last bone. Anyway, what was I saying? Fuck it. Wait, hold on, I'm coming up, mate. Good night, weren't it? Must have been. Burnt too much on the good stuff, lucky me. I looked up, I saw my future unravel in the lights. Funny, innit? I'll have that sinking feeling any minute. But you can't win a race unless you're running in it right. Can't get a taste unless you've taken a bite. Man, I'm climbing up the walls. Things are getting difficult. It's all take. I'll start early, work late. Putting in the hours for these drugs tokens. Love's a joke when your blood's pulsing. Love is real when you start choking. I'm double dropping in the vast ocean. Oh, state of me, mate. Basically the way I was made, you see. I've been getting on it since back in the day. Good place for a bad time, if you ask me. Trust me, nothing gets past me. Bad place for a good time, if you know what I mean. I never met no one like you. This feels like a dream. Whoops. Back here again. How many times have I sworn it's the end? Whoops. I know this feeling, shoveling the rubbish till I'm staring at the ceiling. Whoops. Dancing to a shit tune, hands in the air when it hits you. Whoops. I'm lying in my bed and my brain is eating my head. Man, I got these demons that I can't shake. My past is a vast place, can't get away. Life got grim back then, like it does. Do you know how it feels to lose people you love? I like talking to you like this. You want to come back? Couple drinks, something like that. I got a gram on my nightstand, man. I got an 8 for Squidgy Black. I got this feeling that we're going to be friends. I got this song, I need to play it to you. I got this dream, I'm going to make it happen. I got this thing, I want to say it to you. You see, I've been writing poems. It's this thing that I do. And would you mind if I shared one with you? No, of course not. Right, sorry, this time of night. Sorry, always end up spouting the same old shite. Sorry. Reminds me of the time I was trying to find my mind in the back of this rave. This kid was spilling blood all over the place, and I was looking out for someone to save or be saved by, and I found this paper plate, and I started writing. Man, it felt fucking great. I knew then, me and the pen, we were one and the same. But look, I can't take the strain of the days. I'm pretty sure I'm halfway to insane. You got such a nice face, and your eyes are like rain. Oh, I'd try and kiss you if I could just remember your name. Whoops. Back here then, suppose. Don't watch the state of my nose. Whoops. My jaw's gone west and I started getting pains in my chest. Whoops. There goes my promise. All it took was 2 drinks till I got on it. Whoops, I swear this person isn't me, but we did have fun though, didn't we? Oh, whoops, back here again. How many times have I sworn it's the end? And whoops, I know this feeling. I'm shoveling the rubbish till I'm staring at the ceiling. Whoops, there goes my promise. All it took was 2 drinks till I got on it. Whoops, I swear this person isn't me, but we did have fun though, didn't we? Didn't we? Yeah? Well, above Pete's head, as he fumbles with his key, the clouds get dark, start brawling, war games, ancient faces, pushing each other around. The sky is changing. A foaming storm is coming, a howling mist, a growling downpour. But Pete don't see it. Pete's too busy trying to make his key fit, and he can't quite get it right. Now, meanwhile, in their rooms, Alicia and Esther and Gemma are too concerned with their own thoughts to think about the weather. But we see the sky like furious ink, thick liquid sinks and whips the wind, pitch-shifted rumble screams from a swollen grin. There's a big storm rolling in. We came from the four corners. We are the raw waters that cause the four horsemen will drink from the water that pours. We carry the river. We came from the four corners. We are the raw waters that cause the four horsemen will drink from the water that pours. We carry the river, the reservoir, the residue. Rising waves, sea spray, the inevitable churn and crush. Many voices in our vapors, we surge and gush. We were steam in a distant heat. We move rapid over landscape, gathering speed, desert land, city, forest and beach. Heading for the people asleep, ready to bleed. Unleash the torrents, come clean. Carry many lessons, let the water teach. But man, you better learn to swim or you'll get caught beneath. There's a hard rain falling on all the half-hearted, half-formed, fast-walking, half fury, half boredom, hard talking, half dead from exhaustion, hard pushed, but these puddles keep forming, don't fall in. Some saw us in their tea leaves, some felt us in their knees. Most left it to the weathermen to tell them there was nothing to see. But you can play dumb and ignore for so long. But we've been in the mountains getting strong. And we've seen you filling up the sky with your fumes and sitting in your rooms like you're all that ever lived. Heads down to the lives of the others in your towns and running from these rains like you've never been kissed, man. Leave your possessions and funds. Tell your friends that you've gone to make peace with the things you'd never done. Come dance in the deluge, spill like the flood. The weather vane swings, things will never change. Sing all them money men who close their eyes and pretend that these rumbles must be low plains. So strange. There's a hard rain falling on all the half-hearted, half-formed, fast-walking, half fury, half boredom, hard talking, half dead from exhaustion, hard pushed, but these puddles keep forming, don't fall in. And they will run to the highest hill, consult the old books, ask the dead mystics for wisdom they don't trust. The people will flock to the garages, stockpile canisters of gasoline, tinned fish and bandages, count the seconds between the thunder and the lightning, scared of every other body running round, frightened. We can't carry on like this, they will mutter, staring with disgust at the people weeping in the gutter. We made no trouble, we played by the rules, we worked double shifts to get our kids through school, yeah, but you were so focused on your own little part, you went ploughing on blind in the dark, no heart. Now, we're not the dread storm that will end things. We're just your playful gale force friend in these end times. Come to remind you, you're not an island. And life is much broader than borders. But who can afford to think over the walls of the fortress? Of course, it's important to provide roof and floorboards for you and yours and be secure in your fortunes. But you're more than the 3 or 4 you'd go to war for. You're part of a people that need your support. And whose world is it? If it belongs to these corporates, the people are left on a doorstep, door shut, nauseous and tortured by all that they lost. There's a hard rain falling on all the half-hearted, half-formed, fast-walking, half fury, half boredom, hard talking, half dead from exhaustion, hard pushed, but these puddles keep forming, don't fall in. Hard pushed, but these puddles keep forming, don't fall in, don't fall in, don't fall in, don't. Well, on the 2nd floor of the new build block with the yellow door, next to the boarded-up independent record store, Bradley is awake. Bradley's watching notches on his clock face, lying there thinking, limbs like fallen buildings, feeling like every day he's ever lived is out to kill him. Bradley's got a good job. He works in PR. He moved south a few months back, top whack flat, all mod cons, fucking wall-size windows. He's a Manchester boy, done good in the big smoke. Young professional, single, Tinder and flings. Life seems simpler than it's ever been. He's doing well. He's living the dream. And he's paying his mortgage off. He doesn't know why he's not sleeping at nights. He could get up. try and walk it off, but he's got to get to work in a matter of hours. Is he awake or asleep? He can't tell, he can't dream, he can't feel, he can't scream. Bradley just stares at his screen. It says 4:18. And life's just a thing that he does. He rolls over, cold pillow, warm body. At the end of his tether, as usual, he breathes softly. He burrows down deep and he closes his eyes. And he says, is this really what it means to be alive? The days go past like pictures on a screen. Sometimes I feel like my life is someone else's dream. Most days I'm dazed, walking round, I'm working, talking, perking up, but always feel I can't be certain that I've woken up at all. Is this life? Will this pass? This feeling like I'm looking at the world from behind glass, even when I'm laughing hard or falling on my arse, or half plastered before it's even dark, or when some hard bastard barges past. When I'm passing my targets at work, I can't shake the feeling that life hasn't started. It's worse in the evenings at parties. I'm standing apart, my heart's hard. I can't hardly be heard, still I'm harping on, barking out words. Is this me? Is this what I'm doing? I know I exist, but I don't feel a thing. I'm eclipsed, I'm elsewhere. And the worst part is, I don't think that I care. What am I gonna do to wake up? I know it's happening, but who's it happening to? Has this happened to you? I know it's happening, but who is it happening to? Has this happened to you? I know it's happening, but who's it happening to? Has this happened to you? I know it's happening, but who is it happening to? Has this happened? I try new things. I shoot films on my phone, and I play them back when I'm alone. Did that happen? I walk around. I try to understand every sound. I try to make my feet connect with every inch of ground. The sky flattens my cap, battens me down. Everything's in its category, package and sell, flattering girls, battle reality is battle royale. Everyone's chattering, nothing is real, collect my salary. Cooking a meal, rice and vegetables, I exercise regularly, but how that I feel, whistle a melody, is this all that's ahead of me? I always thought that life would mean more to me. Eventually, I hate to think I'll make it to 70, potentially 75, and realise I've never been alive. Spend the rest of my days regretting, wishing I could be forgetting. I know it's happening, but who's it happening to? Has this happened to you? I know it's happening, but who is it happening to? Has it happened to you? I know it's happening, but who's it happening to? Has this happened to you? I know it's happening, but who is it happening to? Has this happened to you? Just 2 doors down from Bradley, in the old ramshackle house, with a broken down porch and the novelty doorbell, Zoe plays her music low. Now she's got a bottle on the go. Everything's in boxes. It's been a long night packing. She got her clothes in black bin bags and the blue tack greases the paintwork. She's like, yeah, but what the fuck is all this stuff? She got the road sign stolen from Quick Shag Street. Shirts and skirts, posters, CDs, comedy coasters, broken TV. There's the birthday card that her sister made in the distant past when she turned 13. Hair stuff, books, love letters she can't bin. Outside the night, and inside it's the last hurrah. There's her limited edition Air Max 110s. Next to her Che Guevara bust, complete with his ornamental glass cigar. Now for years, the landlord never fixed the shower. The mould kept growing up the kitchen walls. He'd do it up nice now, sure, repaint it, he's tripled the rent, he's going to get it and all. Zoe's only got a few hours left to get her room all packed and clean. She goes to the window, she lights up a smoke, she looks down at her street. It's 4:18. The squats we used to party in our flats we can't afford. The dumps we did our dancing in have all been restored. pints are up to quid. The staff are beautiful and bored, and you think it's coming up round here, it's falling on its sword. It don't feel like home no more. I don't speak the lingo. Since when was this a winery? It used to be the bingo, man. I've walked these streets for all my life. They know me like no other. But the streets have changed. I no longer feel them shudder. All right, I get the gist. Whose city is this? It doesn't want me no more. I've had the glimpse into the future. It stinks. London's a walled fort. It's all for the rich. If you fall short, you fall, and you know where the door is. Board up the broken, do it up, sell it back. Make it bespoke. It's all out in the open. It's fine, man. Hike the price right up. And then smile with your friends in these posh new nightclubs. My streets have been dug up, repaved, new routes for commuters. The landscape has changed. I'm looking for the old graphs, the tags that once meant safe territory. But every hieroglyph gets whitewashed eventually. And so I'm moving on. I've got it all to play for. Man, I'll be the invader in some other neighborhood. I'll be sipping perfect coffee, thinking, this is pretty good. While the locals grit their teeth and hum, another fucking one has come. All I see is luxury tenements, woe-begone residents, redolent resin heads puffing on pleasure. Everyone's reckoning something is beckoning. There's never a minute here, there's only forever. Towering tower blocks, scaffolding rattling. The tube is a battering ram full of passengers. Smashing its way into town, we are scavengers, sloshing around in the sludge for our sustenance. Paradise, party life, rubbing our shoulders into that mould. Yes, we do what we're told. We're Sisyphus pushing his boulder. Yeah, the kids are all right, but the kids will get older. Up the stairwell, chip fat grey and London green with damp. Out on the 5th floor, where the wind grips your jaw and holds you in its clamp, there is a red door, bordered by mottled glass, and inside, a lighted lamp. Pius lives here. Pius is tired. She can't sleep, she twitches, wired. Pius lies beside a sleeping body, a girl she barely knows. She met her in the pub, and yes, it went the way it goes. The girl's name is Rose. Pius is lovesick for her thorn. Her thorn left her in the summer, and since then Pius can't get warm. She's carried her stuck in her side since the day that she was born. She dreamed of her and knew her shape long before she saw her form. But now it's 4:18. Pius has been staring at the walls for fucking hours. She tells herself it's all her fault. She doesn't love, she just devours. Can't sleep, so much to do. Trying to get closer to you and you're so far away. Trying to get hold of what's true, but what's true isn't true when it's day. Please tell me, how can I sleep? There is so much to do. I'm trying to get closer to you and you're so far away. All that I say and I do are things that you do and you say. How come I'm becoming the one that I'm running from, hunted by, slurring my words in the pub, feeling nervous and overexcited, arms round the waist of some girl who might make it all right for the night. Yeah, she takes me to pieces. Then I lie beside her awake while she sleeps, and I feel much closer to you than I felt when you were still here. Spill beer till you reappear. I'm thinking of you and the things you do to me. I'm thinking of you and the things you do to me. Pain in my liver, okay, shame. So much shame can't bear my frame, can't bear your name, okay. Can't bear this game, so let's play new rules, old rituals. Guilt trip, heartstrings snap, want to, can't go back. Too much, or is it not enough? I can't get your claws out my guts. I'm thinking of you and the things you do to me. I'm thinking of you and the things you do to me. Wait, this is my mind, get out of it. You didn't want it, how come you're still hanging around in it? This is my body, let go of it. You didn't want it, how come you're still fucking controlling it? This is my night, get lost in it. This is my bridge, stop crossing it. This is my face, stop smiling. This is my space. You've been gone so long, how come I still find you hiding? Fighting me, I'm fighting my darkest parts. I'm frightened, nightmares tighten my hands round my own throat. 'Cause you're the snake charmer and I'm the old rope. No hope, just go now, please, just leave. You're still in the air that I breathe, I'm stranded. Arms outstretched for a body, anybody, here's a body. But I wake up and I can't stand them. I feel so grubby. Don't want, can't stop, just love me. Breath like a cigarette stubbed in the gutter. Yeah, so come close, no wait, don't touch me, it's ugly. Push and pull, phone call, beep, beep, looking through names for the one that feels the most dangerous. I can't believe you're in love again. I can't open my heart to anybody but strangers. I'm thinking of you and the things you do to me. I'm thinking of you and the things you do to me. So this is our moment, frozen. We have seen our 7 unmoving in their lonely homes, right? It's been 4:18 and dawn's still hours off yet. My God, and they are cold and listless, not quite sure that they exist. Here in this moment, slow and viscous, lips haunted by the ghosts of kisses. There is the endless saturation of the days, and here they are. There is nothing moving but their breath. But watch now, as the breaking storm outside brings this moment into action. The sky cracks into a wild-mouthed grin, unleashes all the water that it's carried, vapor grown heavy from every distant puddle, every churning wave tip, every single lapping river contributing to this rain. The lightning rips the sky in half. It charges up their hearts. It startles every roof in stark relief, and our 7, they see their city new. So Pete on his doorstep, he looks up, mouth agape. He drops his keys in shock and he laughs a howling ancient laugh. Gemma sits bolt upright in bed and stares at the rain as it smashes itself against her windows. Esther unleashes a strange bark into the silence of her kitchen. Zoe puts her boxes down. Bradley reaches for his dressing gown. Now see it from above. 7 doors to 7 flats open at the same time and light the raining pavement. 7 broken hearts, 7 empty faces, heading out of doors. Here's our 7 perfect strangers. And they see each other, strangely dressed, 1 shoe and 1 slipper, socks falling off, slowly at first, tentatively, but then unhunching their shoulders, tipping their necks back, opening their bodies to this rain, this rain, this rain. And their hair is slicked down against their heads or puffed up madly outwards, and their hands are slipping from their cheeks and chins as they clutch their faces open-mouthed. "Amazing," they shout. "You seen it?" they shout, as they flock like children into the eye of a game, and they band closer, closer, shocked and laughing, standing in it, soaked to the skin. Indigenous apocalypse, decimated forest, the winter of our discontent's upon us. Desolate apostles slurping strongbow at the crossroads. We are nothing but an eating mouth, esophagus colossal. Indigenous apocalypse, decimated forest, the winter of our discontent's upon us. Desolate apostles slurping strongbow at the crossroads. And we are nothing but an eating mouth, esophagus colossal. We won't stop until we've beaten down a planet into pellets before the interstellar mission to inflict more terror. It's killing me, it's killing me, it's filling me, I'm vomiting, it's still in me. Everything is fine, really, silly me. Poor kids shot dead, poor kids locked up, poor kids saying, this is the future that you left us. Stocked up lunch meat, processed punch from an unclean fat cat, tasty, tasty poison. Carcinogenic, diabetic, asthmatic, epileptic, post-traumatic, bipolar and disaffected. Atomized, thinking we're engaged when we're pacified, staring at the screen so we don't have to see the planet die. What am I going to do to wake up? Man, we sleep so deep, it doesn't matter how they shake us. But if we can't face it, we can't escape it. If we can't face it, we can't escape it. She's screaming, she's screaming. The drones turned her beautiful boy into a pile of bones. Nobody to bury, nobody is home. Running from war, the boat's full, the boat's sinking a mile offshore. No beds in the hospitals, our minds are against us. Imagine your daughter was gunned down, defenseless, on her way to school. There'd be uproar. But she's collateral damage, it doesn't matter. Now, if our kids are fine, that's enough for us. We can't love into a vacuum, there's got to be a limit. Welcome to the biggest crime that's ever been committed. You think you and I are different kinds? You're caught up in specifics. You and I apart are much easier to limit. The illusion's so complete, it's impossible to bring it into focus. Cinematic stock footage teaches people are locusts, so uniformed men keep unleashing explosives. But what are we going to do to wake up? I mean, we sleep so deep, it don't matter how they shake us. If we can't face it, we can't escape it. But tonight, the storms come. Tunnel vision, tunnel vision. Work, drinks, heartbreak. Can't face the past a dark place. I can't sleep, I can't wake, sitting in our boxes, notching up our victories as other people's losses. Another day, another chance to turn my face away from pain. Let's get a takeaway, I'll meet you in the pub a little later. Say the same things as ever, life's a waiting game. When we gonna see that life is happening? And every single body bleeding on its knees right now is an abomination. That every natural being is making communication. We are just fucking sparks, tiny little parts of a bigger constellation, minuscule molecules that make up one body. Now, the tragedy and pain of a person you've never even met is present in your nightmares and in your pull towards despair. The sickness in this culture and the sickness in our hearts is a sickness that's inflicted by the distance that we share. They were our bombs that started this war. And now it rages at distance so we can dismiss all its victims as strangers. These are parents and children made dogs by this danger. But existence is futile. So we don't engage. They were our boats that sailed, killed, stole, made fail. They were our boots that stamped. They were our courts that jailed. They were our fucking banks that got bailed. And it was us who turned bleakly away. We looked back down at our nails and our wedding plans in the face of a full-force gale. We said, it's not up to us to make this place a better land. It's not up to us to make this place a better land. It's not up to us. It's not up to us. Justice, justice, recompense, humility. Trust is something we will never see until love is unconditional. The myth of the individual has left us disconnected, lost, and pitiful. I'm out in the rain, it's a cold night in London. And I'm pleading with my loved ones to wake up and love more. On a stage in a town I don't know, in front of people I've never met, saying, do what you remember, man. Wake up and love more. Thank you very much. Thank you.